The universe had many secrets. Some planets were too dangerous, too deadly. One planet known as Zorth 9 was the worst. No spaceship had ever returned from it. No explorer survived its storms, its creatures, or its mysteries. The whole galaxy whispered about Zorathanine, the planet where no one lived long. Leaders from many worlds met in a high council room inside the star station Nexus Prime. They were tired of losing people and ships. They needed a solution. Someone who could survive where no one else had. From the back of the room came a quiet voice. "Send humans." The room went silent. Then a few laughed. Others looked surprised. Humans, the fragile species from Earth. The one planet they believed was weak and small compared to the giants of the galaxy. But a man named Commander Kane stood up. His eyes were sharp, his voice calm but strong. "Humans are different. We survive when others fail. We adapt. We fight. Don't give up." The council was divided. Some feared sending humans was too risky. Others thought maybe humans were exactly what they needed. Meanwhile, deep in a training facility on Earth, Captain Maya Reyes prepared her team. They were the best soldiers, scientists, engineers ready for a mission no one had dared try. Maya looked at the hologram of Zorathanine, the planet's surface was a swirling storm of fire and ice, cracked mountains, and glowing red skies. "This is a suicide mission," said one of the soldiers, Jackson. Maya didn't reply. She just looked at the team. "We're not just surviving," she said quietly. "We're changing the future." The team boarded the ship, the Odyssey. It was fast, strong, and packed with the latest technology. As the ship left Earth's orbit, Maya thought of the stories she had heard about Zorathanine, deadly storms that could tear steel apart, creatures that hunted with fire and ice, a planet that seemed alive, angry, and unforgiving. But humans had a chance. They had to. After days in space, the Odyssey reached Zorathanine. The planet was bigger than they thought, covered in thick clouds and lightning storms. The ship's sensors struggled to scan the surface. Suddenly, alarms blared. "Electromagnetic interference," the navigator shouted. "We're losing control." Maya gripped the console. "Brace for impact." The ship shook violently. The sky outside turned red. The storm was worse than anyone expected. Then the Odyssey crashed. The crew woke inside a burning wreck. Smoke filled the air. The ground beneath them was shaking. Maya stood, coughing. "Check everyone. We survive, or we die trying." The team gathered, some injured, but alive. Outside, the storm raged. Lightning struck strange crystals in the ground, sending sparks into the sky. The planet was waiting. Maya looked up. This is only the beginning. The first hours on Zorathanine were chaos. The team fought hunger, cold, and strange creatures that moved faster than they could see. Every step was a battle. The Odyssey was lost. Their only hope was each other. As night fell, the stars hidden behind thick clouds, Maya set a camp near a river of glowing water around the fire. The team shared stories. Some doubted, others hoped. Jackson looked at the red sky. "Why us? Why humans?" Maya replied, "Because we never give up." Suddenly, a distant howl echoed through the valley. Everyone froze. A shadow moved fast near the trees. Eyes glowed. Maya raised her rifle. "Stay alert. We are not alone." The night was long. The dangers of Zorathanine were real and just waking up. Over the next days, the humans learned to survive the planet's deadly game. They discovered plants that burned on touch, rivers that froze instantly, and rocks that whispered in the wind. Maya led missions to gather food and scout safe zones. One day, they found ruins, ancient buildings half buried in ash inside. Strange machines hummed softly. Dr. Ellis, the scientist, studied the ruins. This place was once alive with intelligence. Someone lived here or something. The feeling of being watched crept over the team. That night, strange symbols glowed on their skin, faint and blue. The planet was marking them. Maya's heart raced. We've entered their world. We have to be ready. The challenge was clear. No one survived Zora-9 until humans arrived. And now, the real test had begun. The sky above Zora-9 was a dark red, thick with smoke and fire. The humans had survived the crash, but the planet showed no mercy. Every breath was sharp, every step dangerous. Captain Maya Reyes woke before dawn. The fires from the crash still burned nearby, casting shadows on the jagged rocks. The team gathered quietly around the small fire they had made. "Listen," Maya said, "the planet is alive. We have to move fast." The crew packed their gear. They had little food and water left. Our communication devices were broken in the crash. Help from outside was impossible. Their mission had become simple: survive, and find a way to call home. They moved through twisted forests of black trees. The air smelled strange, like burning metal and wet earth. Meant strange creatures scurried away when they came close, their eyes glowing in the dark. The humans saw something new, a river of molten rock flowing slowly between the cliffs. It burned like liquid fire. Maya ordered everyone to stay away. At night, the temperature dropped suddenly. The team huddled together, shivering, wrapped in thin blankets. The planet was a land of extremes, fire and ice. One evening, while scouting alone, Jackson heard a sound low and deep, like a growl from the earth itself. He turned quickly. A huge beast stood before him, bigger than any animal he had seen. Its skin was hard like stone, and its eyes glowed orange. It moved slowly, but with power. Jackson raised his rifle. The creature growled again, low and warning. Suddenly, it disappeared into the smoke. Jackson ran back to camp, breathless. "We're not the only hunters here." Back at the camp, the team argued. Some wanted to find shelter. Others said they should explore the ruins they had found before. Maya stood firm. "We can't wait. The planet will kill us if we stay still." Days passed. The humans found a cave system deep in the mountains. It was cold and dark, but safe from storms and beasts inside. The walls glowed faintly with blue crystals, similar to the ones near the crash site. Dr. Ellis studied the crystals. "These could help us survive. They might have healing powers." Maya nodded. "We'll stay here for now, regroup and plan." That night, strange dreams visited the team. They saw visions of fire and ice battling, of stars falling from the sky. Rika, the engineer, woke sweating. "This planet is trying to tell us something." Maya looked at the glowing lines appearing faintly on her arms. "We're changing," she whispered. The humans were no longer just survivors. They were becoming part of Zora-9. The next morning, a loud explosion shook the cave entrance. Smoke poured in. Outside, firestorm raged, burning trees and rocks. The humans had to run again. Maya led the team through the burning forest, dodging falling branches and sparks. They reached a ridge overlooking a valley filled with ruins, broken buildings half buried in ash. In the center stood a tall tower, cracked but still standing. Maya's voice was steady. "We have to reach that tower. It might be our key." The planet was a deadly place, but humans had a way to fight back. They were ready to step into the fire. The sky was a heavy red, but the wind had died down. The humans reached the edge of the valley where the tall tower stood. It was older than anything they had ever seen, cracked stones covered in strange symbols that glowed faintly in the dim light. Captain Maya Reyes looked at the tower with sharp eyes. "This place, it's watching us." The team moved carefully. Every step they took echoed in the silent ruins. The air felt thick, like the planet itself was holding its breath. Dr. Ellis examined the ground. "These ruins are ancient, older than any civilization we know." Suddenly shadows shifted along the walls. Faint shapes moved quickly, disappearing before anyone could see clearly. Jackson raised his rifle. "Something's here." The team split into pairs to explore the ruins around the tower. Inside, the air was cold and still. The walls were covered in strange markings, lines, and circles that pulsed with soft light. Rika touched one symbol. It felt warm, almost alive. Suddenly, the tower hummed. A low vibration shook the ground. The humans stepped back, hearts pounding. A deep voice echoed in their minds, not spoken but felt. Why have you come? No one answered. The voice continued. You are not ready. This world is not for the weak. Maya gritted her teeth. We have no choice. The symbols on the walls lit up. The ground shook again from the shadows. Strange creatures appeared, tall and thin with glowing eyes. They did not attack, only watched. The humans realized these were the planet's guardians, the silent watchers. One stepped forward. His voice was calm, but firm in their minds. You carry the mark of the planet. You are changed. Maya asked. What do you want from us? The watcher replied. You are the first who survived. The planet tested you and found strength. But the trial is not over. The humans were both afraid and curious. The watcher gestured toward a deep cavern beneath the tower. There lies the heart of the planet's power. You must go there, face the trial. Only then will you know if you belong.
Team.
Some were ready, others scared, but all knew they had no choice. The silent watchers vanished into the shadows. The planet waited. The trial had begun. The cave under the tower was cold and dark. The entrance was wide, but the path inside narrowed quickly. The walls glowed faintly with blue symbols, just like the ones in the tower above. Captain Maya Reyes walked in front, her rifle ready, eyes sharp. Behind her, Rika carried a small scanner. The energy here is rising, she whispered. It feels alive. Jackson muttered, I don't like it. This place gives me chills. Dr. Ellis studied the walls. We're inside something ancient, power source, or a test chamber. Walked deeper. The light behind them slowly faded. There was no turning back. Suddenly, the path split into 3 tunnels. Each tunnel had a glowing mark above it, one red, one white, one black. The voice from before echoed in their minds again. Face your fears. Face your truth. Face your future. Maya looked at her team. We split up. 3 teams. No matter what happens, we meet back here. Everyone hesitated. But Maya and Jackson took the red path. Rika and Dr. Ellis went down the white tunnel. 2 soldiers entered the black one as Maya moved down the red path. Heat wrapped around her like fire. The walls shimmered. She saw flashes, memories of Earth, of war, of the battles she had fought. Then she saw herself, standing in front of her, but different, broken, angry, tired. You think you're strong, the copy said. But you failed. Maya stepped forward. No, I survived. The fake Maya screamed and disappeared into fire. Jackson was breathing hard. What the hell was that? Maya whispered. A test. It's showing us our worst selves. White tunnel, Rika and Ellis found a bright chamber. Inside was a table and a body. It was Ellis, or something that looked exactly like him. The real Ellis stepped forward. What is this? The body opened its eyes. I'm what you could become, it said. Weak, afraid. Rika raised her tool. We're not afraid anymore. The room went dark. In the black tunnel, the 2 soldiers were swallowed by shadow. The ground felt like it was breathing. Suddenly whispers surrounded them. You will fail. You are nothing. No one survives. One soldier shouted, shut up, but the other started crying. The darkness pulled him under. Only one came back. Hours passed. One by one, survivors returned to the middle chamber. They looked different. Tired, pale, marked by what they had seen. Maya spoke first. Passed. The floor below them began to shift. A wide staircase opened, leading even deeper. This was the true trial. At the bottom was a massive room round, with a glowing orb floating in the center. Symbols ran up the walls like veins. The silent watchers stood in a circle around the orb. One stepped forward. You came farther than any before you, another added. But strength alone is not enough. The orb pulsed, and the room filled with light. Images flooded their minds of Zorathnine before the storms. Before the creatures, a peaceful place. A living world with balance and power. Then came the fall, war, corruption, something terrible, that infected the planet. The Watchers spoke again. We could not stop it. We could only trap it. We must choose, leave, and forget, or stay and become part of what comes next. Maya stepped forward. What is coming? The Watcher looked at her. Awakening. The orb began to crack. The power they had touched. The force the planet was hiding was waking up. And now it wanted them. The orb cracked. A single line of light split across its smooth surface. Then another. The glowing veins on the walls turned bright blue, then pulsed red like a heartbeat. Captain Maya Reyes stepped back. The silent watchers surrounding the orb didn't move. They simply stared. What's happening? Jackson asked, his voice tense. One watcher finally spoke. The seal is broken. The ancient power is waking. Before anyone could speak, a loud hum shook the floor. The orb burst open, but it did not explode. Instead, it unraveled, floating pieces spinning slowly in the air, revealing something inside, a small black sphere. Not large, not glowing, but heavy. So heavy that the air around it felt thick. Everyone's breath caught. Some fell to one knee. Dr. Ellis gasped. I feel it inside my head, Rika whispered. It's speaking without sound.
The sphere.
Gave no message in words. Gave feelings. Visions. Fear. War. Burning skies. Memories not theirs, but shared into their minds. Maya saw Earth turning black. The oceans rising and then vanishing. She saw Zorathnine before it was deadly green. Bright, alive. Then something arrived. Shadow. It came from beyond the stars, feeding on energy, on life itself. It didn't kill planets. It consumed them. And now, after thousands of years, it was waking inside this planet again. The Watchers stepped back. It must not rise, they said in one voice. But it has already begun. The humans stood frozen. Maya took a step toward the floating black sphere. No one watcher warned. If you touch it, it sees you. If it sees you. Maya didn't stop. Maya didn't stop. Her fingers touched the edge of the dark energy, and it did see her, her body. Froze. Her eyes turned white. The others shouted and ran toward her. But it was too late. Maya collapsed to the floor. Her heart was beating fast, but her body wasn't moving. Inside her mind, she stood in darkness. And then something opened its eyes. You are human, the voice said, deep, endless. Yes, she replied. You are not like the others. We survived you. The voice paused. Not survived, awakened. You were changed by the planet. By me. Maya saw her hands glow, not with blood, but with light. The same symbols from the ruins now appeared on her skin. They burned, but she didn't scream. The voice said, You are mine now. Outside, Maya's body rose slowly. Her feet didn't touch the ground. The black sphere moved closer to her. The Watchers pulled the others back. Jackson shouted, Let her go! She is chosen, the Watchers replied. She is the key. Then the ground shook violently. Far above, on the surface of Zorathnine, the sky split open with red lightning. Mountains cracked. Rivers boiled. The storm had returned, but this time it was everywhere. Back in the chamber, the sphere vanished into Maya. She collapsed. Silence. Then her eyes opened. She was breathing heavily, but alive. I saw it, she whispered. Not just inside the planet. It's part of the planet. Ellis stared at her. Are you still you? Maya looked up, her eyes glowing faintly now. Yes, but I'm more. The Watchers gathered around. You have done what we could not. You have made contact without death. But now you must choose. Choose what? Rika asked. The floor shifted. A new path opened, wide stairs leading even deeper. Under the ruins, the Watcher spoke again. It sleeps, but not for long. If it wakes fully, it will rise from this world and spread again. Maya nodded. I'll stop it. You won't be alone, Jackson said. Rika stepped beside him. We all go. The team prepared. Weapons, gear, light. Courage. Maya stood at the front, not just human anymore. She was something new. The planet had changed her, and now she would fight for its soul. The stairway into the core was steep and narrow. It dropped into darkness so deep, it looked like there was no bottom. Maya stood at the edge, holding a torch. The light flickered against her skin, which still glowed with faint symbols, marks from the black sphere. Behind her, Jackson, Rika, Dr. Ellis, and 2 other survivors followed in silence. No one knew what waited below, only Maya had heard its voiced on now. She could feel it not far below. A pulse. A heartbeat. The planet was alive, and something inside it was waking. They began to descend. The air grew colder with each step, but also heavier. Like the pressure of water deep under the ocean, breathing became harder. The symbols on Maya's arms grew brighter, casting light on the stone walls around them. Strange carvings followed them down, giant symbols spiraling across the tunnel, showing pictures, planets, stars, and something huge swallowing light. Dr. Ellis studied them. This thing has done this before. 2 other worlds, Rika whispered, and now it's Zorathane's turn. Jackson gripped his rifle. Not if we stop it. After hours of walking, they reached a massive chamber, the heart of the planet. It was unlike anything they had seen. A black pit in the center glowed with slow, dark red light. Around it floated shards of broken structures, ancient machines. Pieces of something once powerful. Some of it moved like it was still alive, quiet, waiting. Maya stepped toward the edge of the pit. Her eyes locked on the swirling energy deep below. It's in there. A low hum filled the air. The ground shook gently. Then a voice not from outside but inside every mind in the chamber. You are not enough. The humans gasped. Ellis backed away. It sees us. The voice returned. Others came. They failed. You will fail. Maya clenched her fists. We're not like the others. The darkness in the pit responded this time with a deep growl. Like 1,000 voices screaming at once, a shape began to rise. Not a full creature, but a piece of something larger, a long tendril of black energy, covered in ash and metal. It swung through the air like a whip. The ground split. Jackson fired his weapon. The bullets passed through the energy like smoke. It's not solid, he shouted. Maya stepped forward, raising her hands. The marks on her arms began to glow white-blue. Brighter than ever before, the energy tendril paused. Maya felt pain. Pressure inside her chest. But she didn't stop. She closed her eyes and focused. Let me in. The energy lunged at her, but instead of attacking, it wrapped around her arms. The symbols on her skin pulsed in sync with the core. Rika screamed, Maya, but Maya didn't fall. Instead, she rose into the air, slowly, like gravity had stopped working. She floated above the pit, eyes glowing, and then she spoke. But the voice wasn't only hers. It was deeper, older. I am not just human now. I carry your fire, your memory, your failure. But I also carry hope. The dark energy screamed in rage. The pit exploded with red light. The creatures rose from it. Things made of shadow and fire, twisted like they had once been alive, but were now something else. The team fell back. Jackson shouted, defensive circle. Hold them off! The fight began. Rika threw a pulse grenade, lighting up the chamber. Ellis used a sonic beam to push back a Shadow Dash beast, but it wasn't enough. Maya floated above it all, arms wide, light glowing from her chest. The energy from the pit flowed into her like a storm pulled toward a lighthouse. She didn't scream. She didn't flinch. She absorbed it. The black tendrils struck her again, and each time, more symbols appeared on her skin. Jackson looked up. She's taking it inside her. Elise's face turned pale. If she keeps going, she'll be one of them. But Rika whispered, no, she's becoming something else. Suddenly, a huge wave of light exploded from Maya's body, throwing the creatures backward. The red light from the pit faded. Silence. Maya slowly dropped to the ground. Her eyes were closed. Her skin was covered in glowing marks, too many to count. But she was still breathing. Rika ran to her. Maya. She opened her eyes slowly. It's not dead, she said, but it's weaker. I saw its heart. It can be stopped. Ellis stepped forward. How? Maya stood, her legs shaking. We have to destroy the core, burn it completely, not trap it, end it. Jackson looked around. But how? We don't have enough power. Rika looked up at the old machines floating above the pit. Maybe we do. She climbed onto one of the ancient platforms, pulling out tools. If I can connect these systems, charge them through Maya's link. Ellis joined her. We can create a chain reaction, but it'll take time. Jackson nodded. Protect you. Maya walked to the edge again, staring down into the pit. I can hold it back, she said. But only for a little while. I had a plan now, but they also had a timer. The core was waking, and it would fight to survive. The humans were going to end it, or die trying. The core of Zorth-Neen pulsed like a beating heart. Every second, the energy inside grew stronger. The shadows returned, whispering through the air, forming new creatures, faster, more violent, more alive. Captain Maya Reyes stood at the edge of the pit, her body still glowing with ancient symbols. She could feel the power inside her, but it was like holding fire in her chest. It burned, it whispered. It wanted control. She whispered back, not yet. Behind her, Rika and Dr. Ellis worked quickly on the ancient machines floating above. The pit sparks flew. Wires hummed. Lights blinked one by one. We're close, Rika said. These machines were part of a weapon system. We just need one strong enough signal to overload the core. Ellis nodded. If we time it right, it could break the dark energy inside. Jackson and the other soldiers stood around the pit with rifles ready, the last defense. Any movement, shoot it before it breathes, Jackson ordered. The shadows began to stir. The sky over. Zorth-Neen was clear now. No red storms, no shadows, no more fear. Captain Maya Reyes was gone, her light swallowed by the core. But her sacrifice had changed the planet. The black energy was gone. The pit was sealed. The dark creatures had vanished with her. The survivors were quiet. Jackson sat near the ruins of the tower, looking at the stars. Rika stood beside him, holding the signal device. It blinked slowly, waiting for a reply. Dr. Ellis was deep in thought, sitting beside one of the old machines they had repaired. The symbols carved into it glowed softly, not in anger anymore, but in peace. No one said much. They had one, but it didn't feel like victory. It felt like something had ended, and something else had just begun. 3 days passed, no ships came, no response to their message. Then, late on the 4th day, Rika's device lit up a signal. It was coming in. Not from Earth, not from the galaxy's military, but from something unknown. The message was short. It appeared in the sky above them, like words made of light. She lives, but she is not only yours now. The air grew still. A hum filled the wind. The silent watchers, quiet since the fall of the core, gathered again at the tower. Their eyes glowed brighter than ever before. Rika ran to them. What does that mean? She asked. One watcher stepped forward. The power she held, it was not destroyed. It was awakened. She became its vessel. Jackson stepped beside her. You mean Maya is still alive? Yes, the watcher said. But different. She is part of the planet now, and part of something bigger. The wind blew stronger. Dust swirled around their feet. Then, soft voice echoed across the valley. Maya's voice. You don't have to find me, she said. I am here, in the ground, in the stars, in the fight you carry forward. Rika's eyes filled with tears. Can we bring you back? No, Maya replied. But I'm not lost. They looked around. Flowers were blooming on the black earth, tiny, bright, blue. Life.Zora-9 was healing. Later that night, the survivors stood in a circle at the base of the tower. They built a small memorial, a piece of Maya's armor, burned but whole. Around it, they placed gear, journals, broken tools, pieces of the journey they had survived. Rika placed her signal unit beside the armor. She pressed the final button. A new message was sent. To anyone who receives this, Zorath 9 is no longer lost. It is not a tomb. It is not a curse. It is a beginning. Maya Reyes gave everything to stop the darkness, carry her light now. Humanity did not come here to die. We came here to show the universe what we are. Fighters, survivors, protectors. Come find us. There is more to do. Far away, the message traveled through space, across stars, through debris, past empty satellites, and somewhere deep in unknown space, it reached something. A signal station blinked. A monitor flashed, and a shadowy figure leaned forward, reading the words, their face hidden, their eyes bright, and they smiled. On Zorthnine, the tower lit up with new colors, green, blue, blue, white, dot. The watchers stood in silence. A new era had begun, and at the center of it all was Maya, the first human to survive the impossible. She had become legend not by running but by standing, by staying by. Changing everything, black shapes crawled along the walls. More creatures formed from smoke and light, sharp, thin, and screaming without mouths. Jackson aimed. Here they come. The battle began. The creatures attacked fast. One leaped onto a soldier and dragged him toward the pit. Jackson fired. 3 shots, and the beast vanished into ash. But the soldier was gone. Maya closed her eyes and stepped forward. She raised her hands. A wall of blue-white light exploded outward, stopping the next wave. But it drained her. She dropped to one knee. Inside her mind, the ancient voice returned. You cannot stop what I am. Maya whispered, Watch me. Above, Rika screamed, Now. She and Ellis triggered the machines. A pulse of light shot through the room. The walls shook. The platform cracked. The pit roared. The core was waking fast now, fully. The energy from the black sphere rose like a storm. Red lightning struck the ceiling. The watchers, standing at the edges, bowed their heads in silence. Jackson yelled, Hold your ground! Maya stood. She walked toward the pit. Every step was pain. The energy inside her screamed to be let out to destroy everything, but she held it. I won't let you take anyone else, she said through gritted teeth. She stood at the center. Arms out, the storm above her head. Now Rika. Rika slammed the final command. The machines released all their power in one shot. The light hit the core. The scream was so loud it felt like the planet itself was breaking. The pit turned white. The creatures stopped moving, then melted into dust. The black energy swirled, cracked, but it wasn't over. The core began to collapse. Maya looked at the others. This is it, go. Jackson shook his head. Not without you. You have to survive, she said. You have to tell the galaxy what we did. Rika ran to her.
Ah.
There must be another way. Maya smiled. There isn't, but it's okay. She stepped into the heart of the pit. The light swallowed her. Then, silence. The storm faded. The creatures were gone. The pit closed. Only dust remained. Hours later, on the surface of Zorath 9, the skies were clear. No red clouds, no lightning, only stars. Rika and Jackson stood near the broken tower. The silent watchers gathered one last time. You saved the world, one of them said, and she gave herself to seal it. Rika asked, What was she in the end? The watcher replied, The first of a new kind. Later that night, Rika activated a signal beacon. A message to the galaxy. This is Rika Tan of the Earth team. We survived Zorathnine. The darkness is gone. We didn't run. We fought. And we won. For Maya. For all of us. Above, in the stars, a small satellite blinked. The message was on its way. The planet was quiet now, but not forgotten, because now it belonged to humans.